A warm welcome to AD4 TV Radio News Update, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's capital territory. I am Gracious Ogun. Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari this Tuesday assured the President of the African Development Bank, Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, of his commitment in getting him re-elected as President of the African Development Bank. Speaking at the State House Abuja while hosting Dr. Adesina, President Buhari assured him that Nigeria will work with all the leaders and stakeholders to ensure that he is elected for his second term on the merit of his achievements during his first tenure. Recall that Dr. Adesina is being investigated on 16 allegations of corruption by the bank. In contrast, the United States, second largest shareholders of the bank after Nigeria, called for a fresh investigation in defiance of all the allegations cleared by the Ethics Committee of the bank. British Parliament, the House of Commons, this Tuesday approved in-person voting presented by Prime Minister Boris Johnson to end temporary electoral voting and resume in-person voting. Lawmakers approved the motion by 261 to 163 in a traditional lobby vote. Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte has temporarily suspended the termination of his military pact with the United States that allows joint military exercises with U.S. forces. Foreign Affairs Secretary Tedros Locsin Jr. announced on Tuesday that this is due to the political developments in the region. The Visiting Forces Agreement has been extended for at least 6 months. Meanwhile, the U.S. Embassy in the Philippines this Tuesday says it welcomes the government's decision, adding that their long-standing alliance has benefited both countries and therefore looks forward to continued close security and defense cooperation with the Philippines. The House of Representatives in Nigeria, during plenary this Tuesday, urged the federal government to recruit 100,000 personnel for the Nigerian Army. They also advised that retired personnel of the armed forces should be invited to strengthen the fight against insecurity across Nigeria, especially that of Boko Haram. Lawmakers made this decision in consideration of an investigative report by the Committee on Army Matters led by Abdulrazak Nadams, a member representing Jada, Ganye, Mayo Belawa, Tangwa Federal Constituency of Adamawa, which recommended that the Nigerian Army be empowered with additional soldiers to make up for the shortfall in manpower the same way it did during the Civil War. Mayors and state governors across the United States are imposing stricter curfews at night. A street protest and looting continues 8 days after the death of an African American, George Floyd, at the hands of Minneapolis police. City officials want residents to stay indoors at night, mainly to stop protests turning violent and also to keep people safe, although some cities have taken the extraordinary step to impose the curfew from mid-afternoon. The attorney for the family of George Floyd, Ben Crump, on behalf of the family, says he expects the other 3 officers that held him down and looked on during the arrest should also be charged before Floyd is buried. Crump noted that the other officers at the scene also contributed to Floyd's death, not only Derek Chauvin, the former officer who was caught on camera with his knee on Floyd's neck. Derek has since been charged with third-degree murder. In a developing story, Derek's wife, Kelly Chauvin, has filed for divorce and requested a change of last name as well as full rights and titles to their jointly owned properties. Meanwhile, Roxy Washington, the mother of Floyd's 6-year-old daughter, has demanded justice for George, adding that her daughter Gina has been deprived of her father. According to data from the Johns Hopkins University, the United States on Tuesday recorded at least 20,461 new COVID-19 cases and 100,015 deaths, with a total of at least 1,831,821 infections, including 106,181 fatalities recorded nationwide. The total number includes cases from all 50 states, the District of Columbia, and other U.S. territory, as well as repatriated cases. New York State, which according to reports is the epicenter of the U.S. pandemic, has recorded more than 373,000 cases and nearly 30,000 deaths. Mexico has recorded 3,891 new coronavirus patients on Tuesday, with 470 newly confirmed deaths, making it the highest number of cases identified in a single day since the pandemic began. According to his health ministry, the previous daily highest total was set last Tuesday. indicating that the outbreak was showing no strong signs of slowing down, as Mexico has now confirmed 97,326 cases of the virus, and report says it could pass the 100,000 mark by Wednesday. Health officials in Mozambique says there's growing stigma against people suspected of being infected with coronavirus, to the point that those infected in the central city of BUHARI have been threatened with lynching. The country's health ministry says the hostility towards people suspected of having the virus has led the country to restrict the amount of information it releases about the disease. Mozambique so far has 307 confirmed cases of the virus, 98 recoveries, and 2 deaths. We take a short break now. We'll be back shortly.
The President, Muhammadu Buhari, has approved the establishment of the first set of 12 TED Fund Centers of Excellence, with 2 centers of excellence in each of the 6 geopolitical zones hosted by first, second, and third generation universities in the first instance in the year 2020. Those of the state universities, polytechnics, and colleges of education will follow in subsequent years. The focus areas of the centers of excellence, in line with the contemporary practice in the more competitive economies and technologies, are mainly in science-based disciplines. The approval, which came upon recommendation of TED Fund Board of Trustees and endorsement of the Honorable Minister of Education, Malam Adamu, is to signify a major paradigm shift in favor of research and excellence in our universities, but also a demonstration that the federal government has decided to directly establish and fund centers of excellence besides the ones funded by the World Bank, being the African Centers of Excellence. Details of the operations and guidelines for the inaugural TED Fund Center of Excellence are to be issued by the fund. Signed, BUHARI Mikailu, Director, Physical Infrastructure Development, for the Executive Secretary.
Welcome back. You're watching AD4 TV Radio News Updates. Singapore's Health Ministry on Tuesday announced that businesses with lower transaction risk may resume activities in the first phase of the country's reopening of the economy, which began on the 2nd of June. The Prime Minister, Lee Hsien Loong, said the number of new COVID-19 cases had largely dropped and most of the patients have recovered. He, however, directed that people remain alert and observe safety measures. Google has been sued by a United States law firm, Boris Schiller Flexner, for $5 billion over claims that it illegally invades the privacy of users by tracking people even when they are browsing in private mode. Google spokesman Josie Castaneda has, however, denied the claims, saying that it is clearly stated each time a user opens a new incognito tab, also known as private mode, that website might be able to collect information about a user browsing activities. The law firm filed a claim on Tuesday in a federal court in San Jose, California, United States. Chairman of the Imo State Council on Traditional Rulers in Nigeria, Eze Samuel Ohiri, has manufactured a 5-minute coronavirus testing kit in his medical factory, High-Tech Diagnostics Limited, located at Obiorodo in Mbaitoli local government area of Imo State. Ohiri, who is an American-trained medical scientist, said the kit took him 2 months to manufacture, adding that it does not require any special equipment and can be used in hospitals, clinics, and laboratories. That's it on AD4 TV Radio News Updates, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. You can join the conversation on our website at www.ad4tvradio.com. Please follow us on our social media platforms at AD4TV Radio on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel at AD4TV Radio. Many thanks for watching. I am Gracious Ogun.